with us. We're going to do some outs to start out like we normally do. Really seeing this, I'm seeing the compound effect really pay off of your guys' businesses and lives. And I'm really seeing people bail too. And that's interesting. I've seen a couple people leave our chats even, and I messages, I just can't keep up with all this. And it's like, hey, that's the compound effect, baby. Like, all right, work your business the way you want to, boo, but I'm going to work mine with steadiness and consistency, because it is paying off in bountifuls. This is the most booming October and the busiest our team has been. I know my top 10 chat that I have is just like ding, 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 ding. It's crazy. I think the speaker is dying, baby. I think that's what's going on.
So actually, Charity,
okay, so you guys can still hear me? Oh my God, so sorry.
That is something that I talked about on that Zoom I did the other night. And it was something that Darren Hardy talks about in the compound effect when he is getting his routine down and sending love out to somebody, whether it's somebody you just pass by, right? Or maybe you don't know them. And Linda and I were talking about this. I shared this with my team the other day, because as you were talking about, people are dropping off, people are quitting. Maybe they're not quitting the business, or they're quitting the compound club, or they're quitting in general. I had this moment the other day where typically when we think about the people who have left our business, that we feel like that weight about it. Like, oh, I can't believe they quit. Like, they could have been so good at this. I just wanted this so bad for them. Like, they were so good at it, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, has such a negative feeling to it. And I just immediately, I was thinking about some of the people who have left my business recently and had that moment. And then I was like, you know what? Instead of feeling sorry that they left, I'm going to feel grateful that they were here. Because every single person who has been in my business has helped me and changed my life in some way, whether it be for my business because they were a Ruby box or a 400 box, or they plugged in some loyals, or maybe they just taught me a lesson that I needed to learn to be a better leader. And that was one of the biggest aha moments I've had this last week. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I just had to say it while I was thinking about it. And
I love that. And I heard a quote this week that fits that perfectly, Court. And I don't even think I've told you this one yet. Fall in love with results, not potential. And I was like, oh, like how much does that totally just hit you like 1,000 pounds? Because, we've all said it. Oh my God, that girl had so much potential. She could have totally rocked this out because of blah, 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 blah. No, we don't fall in love with potential. We fall in love with action, results, consistency. Big Mo. I'm in love with Big Mo. Justin is like, my wife talks about Big Mo more than me now, because Big Mo showed and he knocked and I answered and we're running. So we are falling in love, guys, with results and action, not potential. So that's perfect that you said that, because that quote this week, I was like,
It was the big aha. It immediately lifted the weight. Just went.
It is that weight, right? Let's all let all the quitters go for a second. Feel that. If you let go of everyone on your team that you thought had all this potential but didn't have action or results, and they talked a big talk but they didn't walk a big walk, let it all go. It's like, hallelujah, and pass the salt. It's so freeing when you let all that other stuff go and you just get back to keeping it simple, following your steps to success, and partying your booties off. So we've got some shout outs here. I'll do, you want to do Christie's? If you hop in the chat here, Court, you can see we've got kind of the shout outs here. So do you want to take, you do a paragraph and I'll do one? Do you see the chats?
Yeah, I've got them. I've got them written down.
Of course you do. She's overly prepared. Mine's just on my phone.
I'm not.
How am I the one that has any green in me? I don't understand that. I'm never prepared.
This is
it's a ripped up piece of paper.
This is me being prepared. Right here.
Yes. Leading from the front, baby. I love it. All right. It's all you, boo.
Okay, so I'm from our Tuesday team, you guys. I love that we're starting to see like who is really working their business consistently, because we're starting to see those same shout outs every single week because these people are on fire. So from Tuesday, Miss Tiffany Grondin, making a funny face over there. I don't know what was happening with her nose. This week, babe, you're getting shouted out because you're always leading from the front. You're so sneaking consistent. And I just have a personal little shout out for Tiffany. You're over here in this little square, so that's why I'm looking this way. For Tiffany, is that we had a call a little bit ago, and I was like, girl, you just got to have some time to yourself. And I can tell she started to like implement that and really get that focus time. And I can see that fire coming back. And I love watching it, babe. I love you so much. And I'm glad that you let me talk to you for a little bit. Yeah, so you can see that spark. So you're getting shouted out for just being so super consistent, always being willing to jump in and help, and helping everybody else grow as well. And then for Thursday, so I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday. She's blushing. Look at the red cheeks. And then Thursday is Miss Janice. Love, I know you're probably on the phone. Janice is getting shouted out for just really putting herself out there and being more consistent than ever as well. So, Charity, who do you have for Monday and Wednesday?
So first of all, I'm going to embarrass Tiffany too. Tiffany is the perfect example of what I look for in someone that I want to run with in my downline. And I'll tell you why. This woman is so incredibly coachable. We had a very long phone conversation today, and she had a very long phone conversation with Justin today. She got like the double hold in action today, and she listened, and she was willing to admit where she was, where she's gotten stuck, what she's doing to move herself forward. She's just so coachable. And she's one of those people, and this is what your uplines are looking for in you guys, by the way, in case you want to know. We look for 4 attributes. Number 1, you must be coachable. And if you look up the definition of coachable in the dictionary, Linda's probably looking this up right now. The definition of coachable says that you're willing to take direction and immediately implement it to better and further your team or actions. So it's taking the advice, but then implementing it, not just letting your upline tell you a bunch of stuff and you're not doing the advice and you're just wasting your time and their time. So number 1. Number 2, you must be motivated to make money. Don't come to me with a problem if you're not willing to also come up with a solution, because I got other people to run with, boo, and I'm building my own business. And I know Courtney feels the same. Number 3, you must put other people before you and be willing to try, even if you're not a yellow personality. I have such negative amount of yellow in my personality that when I take the test, it says, are you sure you're a real person? And I know Tiff's the same way, but she's willing to do self-development, and she's willing to do the things that she needs to do to remember that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And number 4, you must be strong. You must be willing to allow your check to go way up, way down, way middle, way sideways, fail, start, get in a puddle, splash around, have a pity party, cry your eyes out, drink a bottle of wine, take a hot bath, run around the block, yell at your kids, tell your husband you're never going to have sex with him again, or your wife's husband, or whatever it looks like to you. Have a huge fight, love each other, cuddle each other, tell each other it's okay, call 3 people on your upline, call your downline, tell them they're amazing, and be like, I don't care what happens, I'm never stopping. I don't care how many times I have to fail forward, I'm never stopping. And Tiffany, when I see you and I talk to you, that's what I see. And that's what I want to see in every single one of you. And some of you I already do, and some of you I don't. So you got to figure out which one of those people you are and decide which one of those people you want to become. All right, so that's my spiel for tonight on that. Adrienne, shout out, congratulations, on fire, consistency, major consistency. This was a private shout out as well. Adrienne, man, you have every excuse in the world to not be able to work this business, honestly, and you kill it, and you slay it, and you're murdering it, and I'm so crazy proud of you. Danielle in the Monday group hit the ground running and has not stopped. Again, someone that has every excuse in the book as to why this business should not work for her. And I won't share what her personal reasons are. She can with you guys if she wants. But she really does have a lot going on, guys, and she's not stopping. So she's running. Meredith Durr, becoming consistent, learning consistency, moving forward. And her posts are amazing, is the word on the street. And her drive is inspiring. And actually, Meredith is in my chat. And what I loved about Meredith is the willingness to be super vulnerable. She was like, yeah, I kind of sucked, and I kind of did this, and I kind of did that, and I really blew it on this, and I really blew it on that, but I'm learning. And I was like, I could not ask for more. That's exactly what I want you to say. Like, I don't want you to tell me it's all rainbows and buttercups, and then we look at your enrollments, because guess what, guys? Courtney and I can see all the genealogy reports, and then nobody's enrolling, and you're like, but you told me everything's sunshine and rainbows. So super important. Those are just a couple of the shout outs that we got. I know there was other people. I want to tell my Monday and Wednesday group, thank you this week, because Charity decided to be a little hard. So for those of you that are in the Monday or Wednesday, you know, I got a little rough this week, and I called some people out, and I booted some booties out, and I'm just not messing around. You know, we are 6 weeks into this now. 6 weeks, guys. This is not sunshines and rainbows anymore. This is not flowers and butterflies. This is business, this is work, and this is your paychecks and your family's legacies on the line. So thank you guys for putting on your hashtag Compound Club Commando panties and being okay with the fact that I'm a little bit of a tough love leader. So thank you. All right, back over to you, Court.
Yes, I love it. I think we had our week like that last week with my Tuesday and Thursday chat, where we were just like, all right, we're opening up our bedroom door again. Like, what's going on here? You know, whatever. I wanted to add a quick shout out too with Christy. She has been really doing such an amazing job with her chat and overcoming some of really big things that are really fearful for her, that have been fearful for her, and coming up with a plan and just saying, nope, I'm going to implement this, and that's the end of it, and I'm going to do it. So I love that. So getting on a little bit into more, like, you guys are all awesome. You guys are here, and congratulations. We have almost made it to the end together. And how incredible is that? And how incredible is it that we will have these tools and these resources forever moving forward? I know, actually, I've been like thinking about going back and rereading the book all over again after this. I will probably read it at least once a month, because it's so amazing just to keep those reminders in your head and to remember the compound effect. And I think a lot of times we get so overwhelmed with other life stuff that we think, okay, well, we're using the Compound Club for our business, but we can use the compound effect in our lives too, right? So I really love this last week, Charity, that we're really talking about those associations and those influences, because for me, and this is something I had to realize that was happening in my life a long time ago. And even not even a long time ago, within like the last year, Charity can probably know what I'm talking about. I won't go into detail, but that there were people that were influencing my life in such a big way, that were influencing my business in such a big way that I just didn't know any other way, you guys. And we don't even realize that these people are influencing us this big, like in this big of a spectrum, until we try to change it. And we realize, okay, this isn't working out because there is this disalignment with my core values, which was another aha moment we had a couple weeks ago. But really just thinking about those influences, what are those little things that are feeding into my mind? And I've been all about if it doesn't benefit your spirit, or if it doesn't benefit your soul, you just don't do it. And you have to really be aware about those, even the smallest little things, because remember the compound effect. Small, consistent actions compound over time in a positive or a negative way, you guys. So what small, consistent things are you doing, or are you allowing to happen around you to influence your space that might be impacting you in a really negative way that you're just not aware of? Because it's hard to rewire your brain, you guys. I had a conversation with Charity, God, I don't know, last time I I think it was in Dallas. And I asked Charity, I said, Charity, have you always been this way? And she said, definitely not. I have grown.
Oh, no, I was a total a-hole.
Yeah.
I was so mean.
Yeah. And I was like, that's what I figured. I knew that this, like, that you had probably changed over time. And that's the thing too, is I've always tried to be a little bit more on the optimistic side, but I was not this person today that I was 2.5 years ago. And it took slowly weeding out those negative people. And guess what? I've had those negative people try to insert themselves back into my life. And I have had to say, you know what, girl, I love you, but no, thank you. And no hard feelings, but this is just not beneficial to my life, my goals, or where I want to go. And this is just something I need. And it's hard. It's really, really hard, you guys, but you have got to realize and identify those things that are going on around you that are just noise, that are going to bring you down. You don't even recognize it at first. I was talking to Randy about this the other day. There's this really awesome book that I suggest you guys listen to or read as we continue, as in addition to whatever we do next, and it's called Crash the Chatterbox. And Courtney Bohr actually recommended this a long time ago. It's a really amazing book. It helps you deal with all that negative talk in your head, but really cut out those negative influences, you guys, and start replacing it with the positive ones. And the last thing that I'll say before I toss it over to Charity is that the best way to change the 5 people that you're around the most, and those 5 average, we talked about averaging those 5 people, is getting your little butts to conference. Because had I not taken a chance on myself and gone on that It Works cruise, I would not have met Charity. If I had not gone to an It Works conference, I would not have caught the vision, and I would not have made all these amazing friends that I have made in this company, thus further developing my relationship with Charity, who has literally changed part of who I am as a person in my business. She knows this. I don't want to get all emotional on you guys, but she has impacted my way in such a huge way. And if you don't get your butt there, then you're never going to know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing if you're missing it, right? And you just have got to get to conference, and that's how you change those 5 people. That's how you get Ashley Sinclair in the bed of your truck, P.S. and by the way, at Green Carpet, because you're at the same restaurant and it's raining and she doesn't want to mess up her hair. Like, that's how you get a picture with Brandon and Denise Walsh on the cruise, because you end up cramming in the same elevator. Like, that's how you get in the same room as those people, you guys. So no matter where you're at right now, conference tickets are going on sale in 3 days. Make it happen, because that's how you change your 5 people, change your life, change your paycheck, and change your perspective. Sorry, little rant. Charity, sir.
No, I love it. I love it. You're on fire tonight, and I love seeing that. And Courtney, I feel the same way about you. I mean, good gravy. It's a mutual thing. You're definitely my wifey. So yeah, it's so interesting that you asked me about that, because Justin and I were talking on our walk the other day, and I looked at him and I said, no one that we used to hang out with would ever hang out with me now. And he was like, how's that? What do you mean? And I said, well, back in the day, I was the pessimist. I was the skeptic. I was the mean one. Yeah, there's a little bit of drinking. I want to show you guys something that you're going to laugh at what this is, but it's a tattoo on my foot. And what it says pink, black heart, blue. And what that stands for is I was pink, my best friend was blue, who is someone that will always be near and dear to my heart, but she was one of the 5 people I had to start kind of distancing myself from. And the joke was, if you could get past Charity's cold black heart, you could hang out with our group of friends. That was literally, I have that tattooed on my body, because that's who I was. And I was negative, and I was broke, and I was unhappy. And if you guys had even seen it, you would not believe it. You wouldn't believe it. And none of them would hang out with me now. I guarantee it. They'd be like, who are you? This isn't you. You seem fake. This isn't real. And that happened. It happened when I started doing It Works and doing self-development and meeting this amazing family of people that are real, like-minded, and you guys all opened up my heart. It's not black anymore. It's beautiful and pumping and green and mushy and but I made the choice to not spend my time with those people anymore. And we did that little calculator thing. How many people did the calculator thing where you added up the 5 people you spend the most time with and then divided, and then that's your income? And I had done that back, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago. And it's before I started hanging out with like Cami, talking with her yesterday, or reaching out to these big wigs that I was like so nervous to talk to, or people that were making more money than me, or my potentials, looking for 10s and not looking for 1s, people that have burned bridges and complainers and quitters and, oh, I'm so broke, you know, my life's horrible, complaining on Facebook. And it's so interesting. When I divided my income the last time I did this, it was like $14,000 over the year or something. It was horrible. And I was like, oh God, I'm the friend that makes all the money, and all these people are dragging down my averages. So I redid this the other night, and I put in Cami, because I've been spending a lot of time chatting with her. I put in some of the other leaders. I put in some of my potentials I have right now. And my average income was like $180,000 a year. And that's what I'm talking about. And same thing with like what Courtney's saying, not just the people that you're spending time with, but the people you're looking up to. Don't put value on people's opinions that are more broke or broken than you. It's like asking yourself the question, is that someone that I'd want to trade places with? And if the answer is no, then why are you allowing them into your space? And I love this last week because I really feel that's a lot we talked about. Garbage in, garbage out. You did that one. We did don't drink the dirty water. Do you want to hashtag be like Beth or be like Sarah? Courtney did influences, and really being mindful of what people are saying to you and what you're hearing, what you're listening to, guys. And that can be anything from your family, what you're watching, what you're listening to, any of that. You know, when you put yourself in a negative place and you surround yourself with that negativity, what do you think you're going to be like? Well, negative. You can't be any different. And like Courtney said, it's hard, but anything that's worth it in this life is hard. And it was hard to let go of my best friend. It was hard to let go of my other best friend, Jess. She was an emerald. She was almost a diamond. She wanted to go party and get divorced, and now she's a loyal customer on my tree underneath someone else because she was too embarrassed to ask me to become a customer. So she was at my wedding, guys. Like, it's tough, and I get it, but it's worth it. Is anybody here had to let go of anybody since they've been with the business besides Courtney and I? Has anybody had to distance themselves from anyone? If you're not raising your hand, then either you have the most positive, amazing people in your life, which is awesome, or you haven't put on your hashtag Compound Club Commando panties and started to distance yourself. And guys, sometimes it even means family. It doesn't mean you don't love them. And it doesn't mean you're not with them. And it doesn't mean you don't love them from a distance. But you have to love them from a distance, or they're going to be like an anchor to your boat and keep you right where you are. Nobody wants that. Court?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I said no screaming, but my husband's back there, talking about the game or something. I hear him all the way across the house. I love that, because that's where I love that you brought that up, because you're talking about those limited associations. You know, maybe if you're spending 3 hours with somebody that you can really only spend 3 minutes with, recognizing that. And it sucks. It sucks really hard when you have to let somebody go in that time, in that moment. But when you get past that, when you get past the clouds and you realize how much more sunshine and rainbows and beaches that you have, then you really see that, and it's really hard to imagine your life going back to that. And so we're not sitting here telling you to stop being friends with all your friends. You do what you want. It's your life, right? But we're telling you how we have grown to be these people that we are today, and not that we don't ever have our moments. That's what we have friends for, right? That's what we have those 5 people for, to pull
my
us
poor
back.
husband. My poor husband.
Yes.
He's tortured. Yeah.
And just so remember that, you guys, like, if you know this is where you're meant to be, which I can tell you 100%, if you are here right now, it is because you are meant to be here right now. And don't you ever question that. Don't ever doubt that. And if you have somebody, remember, if you have somebody telling you that this doesn't work, that they don't believe in you, it's because they're scared that they're going to get left behind. And it's going to make them reevaluate themselves. So I couldn't agree more with that. This section is just like, this end of this book, you guys, is the best. Like, these last 2 chapters are absolutely amazing. I love them so much because it really calls into check what's going on in your world, who you're surrounding yourself by. And I can tell you guys right now, Courtney 2 years ago was so broke and was so broken. But I'm happy that I had that little slimmer of hope, that believed in myself to get started on this journey, because I literally couldn't imagine where it would be without it. So no matter, you guys, where you're at in your business right now, know that you're on this personal journey of growth and excitement. And when you get past the cloudy days, it's going to be super amazing. And then when you have cloudy days again, you would have found these amazing 5 people to surround yourself with. They're going to help to pick you back up and not let you fail. And that's really what it's all about to me. That's sorry, this is kind of like more of a motivational rant, but it's just been really what's on my heart, because it's a lot of times, like, I'll even tell Charity, like, oh, I didn't want to call and bug you about this, but I'm like, you're my person, and I need somebody to kick me in the butt and be my voice of reason today, because I know I'm being just in here. And sometimes you just need somebody to throw you out. And that's what I love about the Peak Performance Partner. And I love it when you guys start finding your accountability partners and you start experiencing those same things. So I'm excited for this next week, you guys. And don't forget, this is what we're starting next.
Yep. We're going to be starting that. Courtney, what's the date that we're starting that? That is going to be on the 23rd, correct?
Monday the 23rd.
Monday the 23rd. So if you have not gotten that book yet, make sure you get it. We're going to be doing kind of the same thing we're doing here, only with this new book. It's got a lot of scripting in it. It's going to kick you in the butt. It's going to take everything that we've learned in this Compound Club about being, the 5 people you spend the most time with, motivation, tracking, all those kind of things. It's going to take that, and then it's going to implement it into this business model for you and teach you how to do this. Like, yes, Val, I'm super, super excited. And also, I don't know where Justin went. Baby, are you here? I don't know where he is. He might be outside watering the lawn, because that's what you do in Arizona when it's hot. You do it at night. But he had something interesting to say earlier today. He said, Charity, when you first said that you wanted to do this Compound Club, I was a little nervous, and I thought it was a bad idea. And he said, because it seemed like another club. It seemed like another thing to take time away from business building. And I said, no, I just got a feeling about this. I have a feeling about this like I had a feeling when I said, no, we need to do this crazy business, even though we have no money. I had that kind of feeling. And he's like, so he said, I went with it. And he said, I am shocked by how much this has revolutionized all of our businesses. And the people on our downline that I've seen emerge, and the hungry people that want this. He said, but look at how many people are still participating 6 weeks in. That's huge. We have never done a challenge or anything else. So give yourself a huge clap, a pat on the back for still being here, because 6 weeks, guys, it's like we talked about. You can't control what happens in the middle of your day. All you can control is how you react to it, but you can control the bookends. You can control the beginning of your day and your gratitude and sending love and stating your goals, and you can control the end of your day, where you're grateful and you tell yourself you did a good job and you commend yourself for the things you have done, not for the things you haven't done. And I loved that part. It's probably one of my favorite things. I know Linda's doing this with me too, doing those bookends. Like, it has changed my life forever, waking up like that. Like, I'm loving it. So super excited for this next week. We are wrapping it up. I believe, next Friday will be our last Zoom. So we'll just kind of be basically summarizing everything and just going over, what we've done so far, what we've learned. I would love to, maybe hear from some of you guys. So if you want to prepare a little 30-second to 60-second long thing, some of you, we'll just kind of randomly call on people if you guys want, and just kind of share with us what you've learned and what you've noticed about yourself and your business and what your goals are and kind of what you're going to do in the future and how you're going to implement this into your business. And the one kind of teachable moment I'm going to give you guys is actually kind of what I said to the leaders earlier today. And it's something that Cammie said to me yesterday. We had a conversation, and when she said this, and Tiff's heard this now 3 times today, but it just stuck with me so much. If there's one thing I think that we've learned in this book so far, is that consistency and action are the 2 things that are going to cause Big Mo to come. And that is the definition of luck. Preparation plus opportunity plus motivation, consistency, and time is luck. What's that quote he says in the book? I've noticed the harder I work, the luckier I get. And I think that we've all seen that that's true, and how important the consistency is, and how really important the action steps are, and how inconsequential and silly our excuses are. Man, guys, I was full of them before this. I can't believe how much I have learned in this last 6 weeks. I feel like a completely new distributor that's just starting this adventure over again, and it's so exciting. And one of the things that Cammie said, she asked about our team, and I said, we're going to be a party team. We were hiding behind Facebook. We were hiding behind mass messaging. We were hiding behind following up with the same things, mundane, over and over, blah, blah, blah. No one's having fun. Just get your work done, blah, blah, blah. And I said, but we're not doing it anymore. We are a party team. We're doing go live parties on people's walls. We're doing go live parties on our own walls. I am committed to doing a party every single day, whether it's an in-person, a go live on my wall, a go live on someone else's wall, a one-on-one, a sip and sample, a wine night, a facial night. I'm driving 2.5 hours to go see Christina tomorrow, doing a party there. Brittany, I think you're involved in that one too. Like, I am not stopping. I am doing whatever it takes to get there, right? I'm packing up my keto food and I'm coming. So I was telling her about that. And she said, all right, how many people do we have that are still at distributor level here? Do we have anybody that hasn't yet promoted to executive? Okay. Do we have any executives here? How many executives do we have? Got some executives. How many rubies do we have here? Some rubies. Emeralds. Do we have any emeralds in here tonight? Yep. Emerald. Diamond. We got any diamonds? Doubles. Do we have any doubles? We got a double. Double D. There. Got 2 double Ds, an eyeball and an eyeball. Triples. Boom. Future ambassadors. Lots of you. She said this. Are you guys ready for a quote that just, I hope it gives you the goosebumps it gave me because I've built this up. She said, Charity, if you were a brand new distributor starting today, day 1, you just got started, boom, you click submit. Everybody click submit on your computer or wherever you're on. Click. All right, congratulations, you're a distributor. She said, if you take the tools that we have now, she said, I went Black Diamond just doing parties. I didn't have go lives. We didn't have Facebook parties. Facebook didn't exist. She said, if you were a brand new distributor that got started today, and every single day you either did a go live party or a go live party on someone else's wall and had them invite their people in, you did a local wrap party, sip and sample, wine party, one-on-one, coffee date, spa night, movies and facials night, whatever, some sort of in-person thing. And you talked to anywhere between 2 to 5 human beings on the phone. So this is like your new DT's potentials, following up with loyal customers, getting people just on the phone when they say they're interested. Hey girl, what's your number? She said if every day you did at least one of those activities, so talking to people, doing go lives, doing an in-person thing, if you did one or more of those every single day for 365 days, you would go Ambassador Diamond in 1 year without a shadow of a doubt. Done. That's it. Or you could sit behind Facebook and send copy paste messages and get caught up in leadership and get caught up in being lost and forget that leadership is a verb, not an adjective. And you can do all of that. And it can take you years to go Ambassador Diamond. Which one do you want and which one does your team want? And I'm like, Ambassador Diamond, yes. So what that did for me is it reminded me to get back to basics. I am messaging every single person in my Facebook, hey girl, we just had a brand new product come out. I'm super crazy, insanely excited about it. I cannot wait to get this in your hands. Is it something you want to try for free? And I'm booking go live parties on walls. I have 50 booked. 50. You guys may not see me for the next 3 months, but I'm going to be going Ambassador Diamond. So if you guys want to come with me, whether you're on my team, Courtney's team, I don't care whose team you're on, you want to come, that's all it is. Date your date your DTs, party with your LCs. Be invested in the people that are potential distributors. Message them, find out about them, give them love, date them, flirt, be in their inbox. Don't let them forget you. You want to be the first person they hear from in the morning and the last person they talk to before they go to bed. Because if you don't, somewhere, some rap girl is working harder than you, and when you meet her, she will win. So, moral of the story, get out there, party. If Cami Dempsey, the number one income earner that's ever made the most money in this business ever of all time in the history of the planet, is saying to you, if you do those activities every day, you will go ambassador. Is it worth doing? You tell me. I'm doing it. Who's coming with me? Who's ready to party their butt off? Who's ready to get over themselves and do go lives on their wall and other people's wall and not care if you look like a crazy person? I did the Running Man on a go live, for God's sakes. Whatever it takes, it's worth it. I promise. It works if you work, guys. That's just the bottom line. So we'll wrap it up with that, Court. Sound good? And we will get a hold of you guys next Monday. Please participate this week. And I know some of you are trying to play catch up. We will be archiving this group when we're done. So you will have an opportunity to go back and watch stuff. But of course, that's not necessarily the compound effect. So try to keep up if you can. And I'm going to do today's Compound Club when I get off of here. So please forgive me for not getting to it today yet. I have been running and doing parties since 6 o'clock this morning. So this girl's going ambassador. All right, you guys. Love you. Court, any final words?
Nope, I think that's it. I'm just super pumped up. I'm ready to party my butt off and get to ambassador too, because you know if Charity's going, I ain't let her go without me. I don't know about you guys.
You guys need to get up in VIP. It's going to be lonely up there without y'all.
Yeah.
We need to represent the planet movers and shakers and hashtag bling it on, right?
Yep.
All right, guys. We love you. Have a beautiful night. See you guys next Friday. And in the meantime, let's kill it. Going in for a huddle. Everybody, on 3, it works. 1, 2, 3. It works!
People do it all the time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Tommy.